Well, it is the last day of Week 11, and there is no shortage of NFL news about your Detroit Lions. Coming from Aaron Wilson, this is not official yet, not until you see it from the actual Detroit Lions Twitter account. It says Lions are activating defensive tackle Brodric Martin from injured reserve per league source, and then he drops the league source there. Now, this is interesting because Ife Melifonwu and Brodric Martin were both their 21-day window was both open the same day. And we just saw that Iffy is going to be put up for another 4 weeks. And now we have Brodric Martin. Now, B-Mart, as you see, I call him below, has not seen a snap this season. He actually hyperextended his knee. I believe it was in that Kansas City game somewhere during the preseason, hyperextended his knee. I wonder if it was a little bit more than that, because usually a hyperextension, I mean, it takes a little bit of time, but not like 3 months. So I'm wondering if there was more to it than we initially thought. But Brodric Martin, now, as I said earlier in the earlier video not too long ago, Brodric Martin was the designated to return. So for those of you, again, I'll just reiterate it for, purposes. If you start let's say you get hurt and you're hurt during the preseason and training camp, the 90-man roster cut is about to happen. If you cannot go, they put you and you stay on IR, or they put you on IR before the season begins, you are done. But you have two exceptions to that. And Emmanuel Moseley and Brodric Martin were part of the designated to return, okay? Which means that they were put on IR before the season, but they were designated to return, so their season was not over. Then you take a guy like John Kaminsky. He was hurt. You got Nate Lynn. It was a lot of people that was hurt. John Kaminsky is the guy that they thought maybe could come back at the end of December as we kind of head into the playoffs. So they wanted to keep him, not put him up for the rest of the year. So what they did is they took him off IR, put him on the 53-man roster once we had cut down day, when we went from 90 to 53. Then immediately they put him on IR. So he was the very first one to go on IR, in-season IR. Emmanuel Moseley, Brodric Martin don't count. But, I've been very tough on Brodric. Not so much anymore. At this point, dude is in year 2. Lions are playing very well. At this point, I'm looking forward to this guy helping. Brad Holmes traded for Zadarius Smith, so that made me happy. Hutch being able to go, I would be ecstatic. But I'm going to cut Brodric some slack. I'm going to give him some time to show me what he got. Pick number 96 overall. Again, as the Lions are doing well this season, I'm forgetting about last season. I won't forget totally, but last season hurts less and less and less, because last season was something. This season, we just kicking everybody's behind. So we get to the Super Bowl, we win it, it'll be all good. But Brodric, I want to see what he got. I want to see what he got next to DJ Reader with the introduction of Zadarius Smith and the potential that, Aiden Hutchinson could come back. So I'm excited about this. But so Brodric does not count toward the 8 that you have. John Kaminsky, whoever else comes off IR. And I went over it before, and I think I got rid of the Detroit Lions roster, but I went over it in the previous video when we were talking about Iffy. And Iffy essentially uses 2 elevations, if I understand correctly. I could be wrong, but I don't see how the same person would only burn 1. That would be unfair. So like I said, I've never seen a person come off IR and be immediately put back on IR. You know what I'm saying? During the regular season. I don't think I've ever seen that, especially on the Detroit Lions. But I looked at it, and if my assumption is correct, you know what? Let's bring this back up, because I think it's critical. If I counted correctly, people that have come off injured reserve that did not count toward the designated to return, you have Ife Melifonwu, right? He's one guy. And I'm trying to bring up the roster for the Detroit Lions. He's one guy. Let me see. All right, let's look at the I'm going to try and go off the dome here. Who has come back from injured reserve out of the guys that we're looking at? The current guys, who has come off injured reserve? Christian Mahogany. But no, Christian Mahogany was on the NFI list, so he does not count. I want to say we haven't had anyone who has been put up Nope. Khalif Raymond. Malcolm Rodriguez, he was never put on IR. Let's go, Z. So I don't think anybody was. None of these guys. Yeah. Okay, so that means that we have Iffy twice. So we're going to have it's either going to be 5 or 6. I feel like I'm missing somebody. But let's say we have 5. Alex Anzalone, Derek Barnes, John Kaminsky, Aiden Hutchinson would be 5. Iffy would make 6. Jalen Reeves-Maybin. So if we do have, but again, we get those 2 extra ones for the playoffs. So anyway, let me know in the comments below. Who did I miss? Did I miss anyone that was on injured reserve that came off? Not it can't be Emmanuel Mosley or Brodric because they were part of the designated to return. Christian Mahogany was part of the NFI. So NFI does not count toward that. So is it only Iffy? No, there's no way. There's no way. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. So, but Iffy has now burned 2. So it's either 5 or 6 regular season, and we just counted 7. So that essentially means that only one person could get hurt. 1 to 2 people could get hurt and then elevated again, or, return to the 53-man roster. That includes the playoffs. So let me know your thoughts. Good to see B Mart back, man. Let's see what you got, bro. Let's see what you got, man. In that interior, we're going to need you down the stretch. So it's going to be good to see. Hopefully they all stay healthy, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget the giveaway is happening right now. There's a video up at this moment that will come down tomorrow, November 20th at 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you have to comment on the video. Don't worry about making the space and all that stuff because I'm going to use the comment picker. We are now, let me look at this. We are now at, for that particular video, it's ridiculous. Y'all are awesome, by the way. For real. Let me click here. 452 comments. 452 comments. And we literally we haven't even been up 3 hours. So I can see 1,700 to 1,000 comments. So yeah. All right. But anyway, this channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. You can be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. Welcome back, Mr. Martin, man. I'm not going to be so hard on you, bro. I just want you to perform, help us get this Super Bowl.